We are living through an economic paradox. The cost to build a home is soaring, yet the purchasing power of the working-class craftsman is collapsing. This chart highlights part of the problem, known as Baumel's cost disease. In labor-intensive industries like construction, where you cannot easily automate the swinging of a hammer, wages have to rise just to keep workers from leaving for high-productivity sectors like manufacturing and tech. But stagnant industry productivity only explains a fraction of the pressure. The primary mechanism actively destroying the tradesman's wealth is the fiat money standard. When governments finance their spending by printing currency out of thin air, they dilute the value of every dollar already in circulation. It requires more of these debased dollars to buy the exact same physical assets, driving up the cost of lumber, land, and tools. The modern craftsman pours his sweat into the physical world, while his compensation is trapped in a currency mathematically engineered to lose value. This extraction makes a protective, institutional fortress a mathematical necessity. The creation of this new money is managed by centralized authorities, like the Federal Reserve. They inject new credits into the banking system, allowing the initial receivers to purchase assets before prices adjust. By the time the money circulates down to the working producer, prices have already spiked. This table details the relationship between historical wages and the dollar's value. Look at the 1870s to 1920s. While the nominal dollar cost of labor steadily increases, the actual value of the dollar drops. Measured against gold, real wage gains are constantly eroded by inflation. This data from the 2020s shows extreme volatility in material and labor costs. Much of this price explosion is fueled by fiat mortgages. A bank creates $1 million with a keystroke for a home loan, bidding up the cost of housing for everyone else, while offloading the risk of default onto all holders of the currency. This architecture guarantees that wealth is siphoned out of local, productive communities and funneled directly into the big city investment systems of New York and Chicago. The modern economy operates as an extraction mechanism. Without collective protection, the isolated craftsman stands completely exposed to these systemic financial shocks. Historically, tradesmen faced similar threats from oppressive feudal nobles and aggressive state taxation. Their solution was the trade guild. Originally framed as friendly societies in the Middle Ages, these fraternities offered tradesmen mutual protection and financial stability. Guilds seamlessly combined piety with profit. Members entered into strict spiritual covenants, binding themselves to high ethical standards, where producing excellent work and caring for fellow tradesmen were religious duties. The guilds strictly regulated the quality of goods and policed fair pricing. This ensured that the specific skills of their trade, the mystery of the craft, remained a highly trusted and valuable asset in the local market. They also neutralized the free rider problem. Any member who cut corners, delivered poor quality, or shirked their moral obligations faced fines and eventual expulsion. Losing guild membership meant losing both your livelihood and your community safety net. By internalizing personal responsibility and demanding excellence, the historical guild operated as an institutional fortress. It successfully shielded the craftsman's wealth from external exploitation. This integration of faith and labor became the bedrock of the Puritan work ethic. They viewed every vocation as a direct calling from God, meaning everyday business transactions were conducted as an active form of ministry. This theology fostered a system of mutual dependence, where the master craftsman's role included the mandatory mentorship of apprentices to sustain the local community. That duty extended to aggressive local charity. Instead of spending excess capital on lavish corporate banquets, guilds routinely diverted their funds into a poor's box to support widows, orphans, and injured workers who had fallen on hard times. Because they cared for their own people and held collective property, these institutions functioned as massive restraining walls against government meddling. They maintained the financial sovereignty required to resist state overreach. The historic union of robust Christian faith and uncompromising craftsmanship created a multi-generational firewall against economic and political tyranny. We can revive this blueprint today by organizing a modern Christian guild, structured as an umbrella LLC, specifically designed to protect independent craftsmen. The central brand provides steady lead flow and marketing. Independent tradesmen take on projects, maintaining their autonomy. This structure revives the apprenticeship model by providing W-2 laborers at fixed rates. Master craftsmen get the manpower to scale, while the guild handles the payroll burden. Tithes from the guild's profitable projects are routed into a nonprofit arm. These funds are deployed directly back into the community to repair homes for lower-income households, restoring the principle of business as local ministry. This modern guild acts as a protective hedge. By keeping capital actively circulating within the local community, it builds a localized firewall against the extraction of globalist finance. The guild provides the foundation for a comprehensive restoration of beauty, stewardship, and a coherent, godly social order. Every home is an environment that communicates what a culture loves and values. Constructing these spaces with healthy materials, durable designs, and ethical relationships is a direct act of worship. The tradesman is the true builder of the community. His hands literally construct the physical environments where families mature and faith takes root. We have the blueprint to resist economic decay and build something permanent. It is time to rebuild Christendom, one home, community, and craft at a time. True cultural restoration begins with excellence in our daily work and a shared covenant to honor God through the craft.